Number 7, Garrett White, my man Garrett White. Love that man. Him and I had dinner in 2019 with Ryan Dice, Perry Belcher over there in California, and he talked about peak transformation. In fact, that dinner we had that night, my favorite conversation was with Garrett. We talked the entire time, and the time just flew. Um, but with Garrett, he talked about peak transformation, and I thought this was very important, and that's why I incorporated it here into these 10 most powerful takeaways. And what he talked about was be willing to be exposed. Okay, talk about the dark times in your life. Okay, and then share those things. Right, crack your soul open. He said, and I thought that was beautifully said. Not a lot of people are really willing to share the dark moments of life, right? There's a lot of people that will talk about, the things that they can do for you. They'll talk about these aspirational dreams. They'll talk about, tips and strategies. But how often do you find someone talking about the ugly things, the warts, and all of the bad things that they've gone through in their life? And if you know Garrett, many of you do, Garrett isn't afraid to talk about the things that no one else will talk about, right? And I think that's one of the keys to success for his brand is that he's willing to be exposed, right? He's not holding anything back. So my tip here and my advice to you would be to share the things that you're afraid to tell others, right? Those deep, dark secrets that you've gone through or are going through now. Be vulnerable, right? You hear this, right? Be vulnerable. Well, what does that actually mean? It means exposing your thoughts, your actions, your deeds, the things that you've done and things that you've gone through. Okay, there's things in your life, if you think about them, you're probably not willing to share. Okay, I would encourage you to do that. I would encourage you to share it because your audience has gone through those things themselves and they will connect with you deeper when they see that you're just like them, right? People want to see other people that have gone through their circumstances and situations and experiences. And that's what helps you to connect and bond with your audience. So if you're not doing that, I would encourage you to think about doing it. And I would encourage you to make a list, okay, of all your dark, tough times. Okay, bust out a list. I was literally in the room with this notebook here, Inner Circle notebook, and I was making a list as he was speaking about all the dark moments in my life that I've gone through. And I made a list of like 10 of them. And you'll see, I'll be dropping them here soon. Okay, so stay tuned. They're coming. I like to practice what I preach and preach what I practice. I want to encourage you to do the same. Okay, and then lead from the life you live. I think this is a really important tip. I always encourage my clients, my partners, the campaigns and brands that we get behind and support. I encourage them to lead the life they live. Meaning, if you're going to take a vacation with your family, capture it, right? Hire a photographer, capture content, produce videos, okay, from the beach, from the mountains, wherever it might be, right? Capture the life that you live. Okay, your audience doesn't care as much about what you say is possible as much as they care about looking at your life from an outsider's perspective and seeing, do you live the life that they desire? I think intrinsically, as a human race, we want freedom, time freedom, financial freedom, relationship freedom. We want love, we want connection. These are all things that bring us all together, right? But it's not in what you just say as much as it is about the life you live. So find ways to capture the life you live. For me, it's fishing, hiking in the mountains to connect with God on a deeper level, to get quiet, being outside in my food forest that we've created, putting in over 1,500 fruit trees, all types of different varieties. It's insane, but it's fun. It's part of my life. And so I give you a glimpse into that life because it's my life, right? I could simply sit in the studio and talk on screen and share content, but your audience wants to see what is the results in your life experience that whatever you do allows you to experience, right? My business allows me to go to Hawaii for a month or two at a time and not be stuck in one location, or go to the mountains in Montana like we love to do, or Alaska and fish for 2 weeks for salmon and halibut. These are great moments to give your audience an opportunity to see into those moments. Okay. And so I think that was great from Garrett. What is your peak transformation journey from the pit to the peak? We all have picked it, pit to peak moments. So think about them today as you're listening to this. Put this on your to-do list. Prioritize it and write down all of those moments that you've had that were dark moments.